There is backstage resentment and negativity towards The Rock. Another major WWE Backlash France surprise has possibly been teased, and a WWE legend has responded to an AEW challenge. Find out in a bit. We're kicking things off with our second news video because, of course, The Rock has been the talking point of the wrestling world for quite some time since his return at the start of the year.
Yes.
It's been big, it's been ups, there's been downs, and it seems like it was widely received positively by fans after a certain point.
Yes.
But we've got some little inside information on how the backstage reaction to The Rock was throughout this recent WWE run. This comes from the Wrestling Observer Radio, saying that despite the popularity of The Rock returning, there was some negativity behind the scenes, and it's all kind of to do with his role at WrestleMania 40. It says there was definitely people who did not want Roman Reigns and The Rock in a match. There was a lot of manipulation going on that a lot of people aren't aware of. I wouldn't even call it power plays, but a lot of interesting games being played on both sides. There were a lot of people who wanted Cody Rhodes to get that spot because the fan thing happened and didn't want The Rock to get that spot. But The Rock was going to get that spot unless he volunteered to not have it. Now, to be fair to The Rock, he did volunteer to not have it.
Yeah.
He did step aside and went, you know what, this fan reaction, we've got to give Cody his moment, right?
Yeah.
So there was a little, this seems to be in the run up to that match. There was a lot of like, oh God, he's coming back and he's ruining the story. He's ripping up the book.
Well, that was it. I believe there was reports way before as well that was like, well, The Rock was always going to get the match anyway, regardless of Cody winning the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So it all seemed a little bit weird. So my speculation was that maybe that Triple H just came in and pushed Cody winning the Rumble anyway to then hopefully see that the fan reaction would be, oh no, we absolutely 100% would rather have Cody finish the story than The Rock go on.
And I think that is exactly what is being referred to, and there's a lot of interesting games being played. The Rock's coming in. We knew that January, or the behind the scenes in the company knew that at the start of January. Triple H still has Cody win, as you said. That's an interesting game. How are we going to play this? And it played out quite well. Continuing on, though, the report says no one can say anything bad about him publicly, but there are people who are very resentful of him going, I came back and wrestling is cool. After WWE, of course, had a tremendous year. And the idea that he's kind of trying to take credit for this resurgence that happened a year before he came back. I completely see where the point of view on that is. The Rock came back and was going, wrestling's cool because it's The Rock. It's been cool for a wee while.
It's definitely been cool.
We're cool cats and we like wrestling.
Well, I don't know if I am, but it's definitely been cool for a while. Absolutely, you can't deny that at all. Do I think it was made a little bit cooler with The Rock coming back? And absolutely, maybe it wouldn't have been as cool if he hadn't turned heel, because that was very cool.
That's it,
and that was the thing that really turned me on this.
Because we would have had him leading the arena in a tribal queef chant, wouldn't we? This side tribal, this side queef.
Oh my
You would have had it. You would have had that, right?
I mean, I wouldn't have been opposed to that either, to be honest.
The report continues, though, by saying even people who are very negative on The Rock readily admit that when he came back in, it made the brand more popular. He drove TV ratings to a great degree. He helped drive this WrestleMania to be the biggest two-day WrestleMania there's been. There were definitely people who were happy that Sunday outdrew Saturday when it came to viewers. So clearly, The Rock did, as you said, make it cool by turning heel.
Yes.
And drew those people in.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Obviously, this comes off the back of quite a few other negative things coming out about The Rock this week in regards to the red ones. Yeah, winning bottles, reportedly spiraling the budget for the Red One movie to some ludicrous numbers. But I wonder where we go from here with The Rock. Obviously, we had the tease on the Raw after Mania that him and Cody are going to do something potentially going forward. But yeah, it does seem like there was games played, apparently.
It seems like it. I think it hinges on that Cody winning the Rumble thing, getting pushed by Triple H. But we know for sure one place we're not going to see The Rock, I'm really sorry, is at Backlash tomorrow night. But some other people have been teased for Backlash. Yesterday, of course, it was revealed that John Cena was spotted in Nice, France. I did a little bit of digging.
You did some digging?
I did some research. I found the exact spot on the street where that photo was taken.
Was it shiny?
Yeah.
Bald Spot Warrior?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the Bald Spot Warrior was shining. But I found the place. It's in Nice. It's not that far from Lyon. he could be making an appearance tomorrow. But alongside this, he's not the only former champion in the country, is he, Andrew?
No. So PW Insider are reporting that Charlotte Flair is also in France ahead of tomorrow's premium live event. There's no word, obviously, what Cena or Charlotte Flair's role would be at the pay-per-view, if any. And obviously, Charlotte Flair has been out of action following surgery on her knee as well. She's been a machine, getting back on the rehab, getting back into ring shape to get.
Mentioning John Cena again, he returned in 3 months from an incredible pec injury back in 2007, 2008. Charlotte Flair, I think, might top him here with the miraculous return from injury.
It's insane. As for if they are there, Cena at least, I feel like could do something very similar to the Money in the Bank thing, where he comes out, teases a WrestleMania in France, but does something along with just like hyping up the crowd, I guess, and takes out some sort of Grayson Waller or Theory or something. And as for Charlotte Flair, I'm not too sure. I guess maybe with the Women's Championship match happening, maybe she could tease something there. I know that Tiffany Stratton has been saying in interviews recently that Charlotte Flair was a huge influence on her.
100%.
And maybe we see something between those two, because I wouldn't mind seeing that.
That would be a really, really great feud to establish Tiffany Stratton, even more than she's already. I mean, she's in a women's title match at Backlash on a pay-per-view live event, which is incredible. But yeah, a feud with Charlotte would certainly cement that. It will just be really interesting to see what shape Charlotte is in, whether she can actually, is she cleared? Is she just, if she appears, will it just be a case of, hey, I'm here, I'll be back soon? Or is she just going over there to support Andrade? Because they were on the flight together. Yeah. And they're married.
It's true.
Maybe they're just going on to the French Riviera. They're just going on a holiday. We will find out soon. But speaking of people returning and being cleared from injury, an AEW star has been cleared themselves. Now, during a Q&A on YouTube, Matt Hardy gave an update on his brother Jeff, saying, "I can let you know this. Jeff has been cleared by his doctor, and he's seen the AEW doctor. And as of right now, as of a couple days ago, he is officially cleared. He is cleared to wrestle, and he could be competing. I guess soon. I guess he could be competing in the future any day now." So there's some breaking news. Jeff Hardy is finally cleared after getting his nose broken and his sinuses smashed. Tell you, I've been having my sinuses smashed this past week with a pollen count. It has been pretty bad. So I sympathise with Jeff on that one.
It's exactly the same thing, Fraser.
It is 100% the same. I'm still not cleared yet to compete, but this injury occurred during a match with Sammy Guevara. This is the one that actually led to Guevara's suspension, where he hit a GTH on Hardy after the ref told him to go at the finish because Jeff was injured. It's a big hullabaloo. It's not great. But
I wonder if we'll even, because obviously we know that Matt Hardy's now not with AEW. So I wonder if, whether Jeff comes back or not. I don't know if there's any sort of space for him within AEW right now in terms of stories. I mean, he could obviously have matches, but I wonder if he just waits out for the rest of his contract to then go and
that's the thing. Where does he go with his brother? I definitely feel like Matt is waiting for Jeff's contract to expire so that because they're more valuable together, right? Yeah. The Hardy Boys, they'll get a bigger deal, a bigger contract. Do they go back to WWE? Does he stay? Do they go back to AEW?
I'm not sure. TNA. I mean, obviously, Matt Hardy, TNA stuff at the moment as well. I feel like perhaps he is. There's the broken stuff, and then the broken stuff in the Bo Dallas, Bray Wyatt teasers on WWE TV as well, leading me at least to believe that he could be involved in some way with that too. So maybe somewhere down the line they both do maybe go back to WWE. Remains to be seen, but I'm happy that Jeff's cleared and he's all good and all healthy.
You can actually check out Tom Campbell's, Cultaholic's very own Tom Campbell's chat with Matt Hardy on the podcast feeds and on patreon.com/Cultaholic. We're going to round things off just now with, this is quite a fun one. I'm quite excited about this prospect. Andrew, tell me a little bit about the Hall of Famer that's responded to an AEW challenge.
So AEW Women's Champion Timeless Toni Storm has been, she's been routinely calling out Wendy Richter for a match, right? So during an appearance with High Spots Auction, Wendy Richter responded to those call outs and said, well, money does talk. If they could cough up enough money, I'd take her on. I'd even give her the first swing. Bring it, Tony. You think you can beat me? Wendy Richter, obviously a 2-time WWE Women's Champion, a 3-time NWA Women's Tag Team Champion, and a Hall of Famer. huge
name.
influence on women's wrestling, really pushed it forward back in the day. And yeah, I would love to see this happen.
Even just a moment where Tony loses and then Wendy Richter gets in the ring and just slaps her. Just
wow.
As a moment, and Tony looks defeated.
Yeah.
And that's, the moment that we've all been waiting for. It's really fun to get her involved. Tony's been calling her out.
Yep.
Like, it feels like there's something in motion, but it also
definitely
feels quite natural.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel like, a legend coming back.
Just shoehorning it in, because the shots have been happening for a little while at this point. So I feel like you could build something off that. And AEW tend to, I think they've used legends and stuff in such a way that they feel like mentors to talent. And maybe if it's Wendy Richter not mentoring Tony Storm, but obviously mentoring perhaps someone else to go against Tony would be really fun to see. Oh,
just change it around a bit. I don't know. We'll see going into Wembley. I'm sure Mariah will get that opportunity. That's all we've got for you just now, though, because it is a big weekend of wrestling. We've got Backlash on, don't we? Are you excited?
Yes, I actually am. Do you know what? I didn't express it in the in the predictions video, but I was like, I should have said, I'm really excited for the crowd. The crowd, more than anything, right? I'm really excited for that. I can't wait to see the energy that they bring. But yes, me and Adam will be live reacting to that on youtube.com/cultaholic/live. I believe the pre-show starts at 5 p.m. BST.
Early start. It's lovely. I cannot wait to be able to watch a pay-per-view premium live event. At a regular time.
It's going to be
lovely. Gonna be fun, right?
And before we even get to that, you can go back, you can watch our pitches video, and then after the show itself, I'm sure there'll be news. There'll be what happened with Jack the Jobber. There will be the WTF moments with Ross as well.
And if you want to find out who Andrew has predicted, because I know you've got that title on the line, that gorgeous championship on the line, check out the predictions. They're also on the channel right now. But we will, of course, be back with more wrestling news as it breaks. Stay tuned to the social media channels and Cultaholic.com throughout the day for more wrestling news, and we will see you later on.